all screwed up. So I yacked away for 40 minutes like a Mama Luke. So I erased that, I was pissed off. But there was a guy in there, Paul, and within 9 months, he went from a 205 to 315 on bench. He did pretty good, Paul. A few other guys were talking, but eventually some guy said, "What happened to the sound?" So I got out of the car to show you around and how quiet it is and nice. And there's a little thing over here, and I must hit the mute button like a dummy. Nothing new for me. So it's after midnight. It's almost 2 in the morning. What am I going to talk about? All the stuff I just talked about. Yeah, that was a recital. But anyhow, after midnight. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I gotta mow between the raindrops. Rain, 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 rain. I haven't seen no chemtrails lately either, so. A lot of mowing, I got a lot of land. I remember one guy a few years ago, because he saw the property on some YouTube, he goes, "Man, it must be nice to be able to drive around your property with a truck." Hey, I've had property you can drive around more than that. I don't know how long it would took to drive around that property. It's about 80 acres, which ain't nothing out west. 80 acres here because of the woods. Oh, yeah, that's a lot. That's what I got, a few acres, 5 acres here. And this across the street ain't mine, but it's all woods, you know? So, yeah. Say someone came out. Hello. This is round two, because halfway through the show, someone said, "Hey, what happened to the sound?" So I must hit the button when I went out of the car to say, "See where I live?" You know? How quiet it is and all that jazz. I'm going to do a fast spin around, because that was part of the plan. I want to show. I must hit the button there, and it muted everything. Yes, shut. I'm in my car out front. So, there we go. That's the. On the other side of the light be the next house. This is all woods. And quiet's me and one of my dogs. And then this is the house. I always keep the Christmas lights on. And as you can see, there's trees all around, all above the house. So sooner or later, there'll be limbs coming through. I don't got money to do that. This is the street lights, pretty nice. And all down there is my land all the way back. Down near the that lamp post, there's a house across the street. But that's it. Hope you saw a little bit of it. And it looks like a little cottage, right? But it's on a cliff. So basically, the porch is a drawbridge. It's a drawbridge. Because the whole house. So then I go down. Well, don't break my neck, you Charlie. This is a lot of people scared to come down this driveway. So in the end, you got a whole house. A big house. 2 stories. See the porch? See the big tree? Limbs all over the place. Like one of them trees in the Lord of the Rings or some shit. Where the witches live. See, so it's a 2-story house. Remember, the front looks like a little cottage. My truck's way out there. No, it ain't. It's way out there. I put it over there that I had to mow. I had to mow a couple, about 2-3 acres right here. And it goes all the way back. I should have brought my flashlight. That'd have been cool. Because there's my Spring Fred Creek behind that tree line. You can't see, it's too dark. And then I got a shop over there. Through the woods. I usually go get her at night. She didn't leave the light on. How come? Hold on. You get used to this kind of stuff. People, you walk around. Yeah, the bears ain't gonna bother you. I got dogs. See, there's a street light way up there. How come you didn't leave the light on? She didn't leave the light on. She usually does. Be my luck tonight is the bear night. And he's a hungry friggin' bear. It's dark here. You hear the water? You hear the water? I always thought of putting lights. I should do that. I can do it. I'm an electrician. I can do that shit. Put lights there along the creek. I'm climbing the stairs in the pitch blackness. Man breaks his neck on a line. Let's see. There's my shop. Let me put on. Oh, it's broken. Oh, that's what it is. What's going on here? There it is. Okay, good. There we go. There's a creek over there and a bridge. If you want, I'll do it again someday with a flashlight. On the other side of the bridge, it goes up the hill for another couple acres into woods. I wouldn't go up there alone tonight. I'd take my wolf with me. But she's at the other house now. I'll bring her with me. Then I go. There's a bridge. There's a... How do you do this? See, if I know what I was doing, I can hit a light and show you. Well, there's a bridge I built over there over the creek. So now you can see. Right? That's the shop. And the other house is way over there. Somewhere. Can you see that? There you go. Alright, so let me go back to what I was doing. What kind of weight show is this? What kind of bodybuilding, powerlifting show is this? Hey, some of us live out in the woods. This thing I've had for years, 2-3 years. I bought them at Walmart and it's still working. You see how it triggered? This is the other door. And see, it's way up there where the corner is. So, and they got these big trees right behind the house. If they fall into the house, that's it. I have to buy me a tent and put it out there. That's the kitchen when I do the cooking. That's the bathroom. Yeah, it needs paint, it needs everything. It needs new owners, I'm old. So that's something I should tell you. Get it done before you retire, everything. The painting, the piping, everything, electrical systems. So basically when you're tired, you can just, like I've had to go up on that roof and pay that roof. Does it look like you want to be up on that roof? You fall off dead and you ain't coming back. And as you can see across the street is woods. And it goes up. It's a hill right there. On the other side of the hill is a house. I gotta do weed whacking down here tomorrow. And that's it, there's big trees right here. Lots of poison ivy keeps people away. Let me go back in the car. Whew. It's like doing Stairmaster around here. I got 2 people watching this, holy shit. So that's what I did the first time I recorded about an hour ago, but I must hit the mute button. Screwed everything up. So anyway, that's it. Workouts were pretty good. Dealing with I think it's called a tennis elbow. It's just screwed up. And I always got my shoulders because of the bench. And the hernia ain't too cool when it comes to squats. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just do push-pull at the next powerlifting meet I get into. I don't know. I like to do all 3. They look down if you only do push-pull, you know what I mean? I understand. That's a hell of a day doing 3 PRs in one day. Squat, then you do your benches, then you do your... It's a whole day event, man. It's like a boot camp. A power boot camp. It's rough. When you're done, you take a week off for sure. I love doing it too. It keeps me going. I'll be 72 in October. And if If you go to openpowerlifting.org and you look on the Masters 70, 74, full power, well, not full power, then you do category bench, 2025, 242 pounds down. I'm first place with a 330. The second's from Australia. He's got like a 285. I want to get that up to around 350 by the end of the year. I want to put a nice space in between there. My deadlifts is only going to be in the low 400s, so that's nothing. And I bench more than I squat, so the hernia is just... It's not advisable to do squats with a lingual hernia. That means my intestines right now, about the size of a softball, are in my scrotum. And when I lay down, I push them all back in. It takes about 5 minutes. So they're inside my body at night. It is an operation for it, but I've been a doctor for 40 years. And the Medicaid, care, whatever you get when you're on Social Security, when you're old, because you've been putting it in. I've been putting it since I'm 15. Minimum wage is $1.45. But anyhow, it ain't what it was supposed to be, because that lockbox, they took it out for every other goddamn buddy. People ain't even in this country getting it. So for the real people that put in, they get shit. So I get $900 a month. And the Medicaid or the health care you're supposed to get with it is useless unless you buy in. And that's another $200 a month. And that would knock me down to $700. And that's kind of deep, because I do have things I got my gym, I got car. Not car payments, but, things, food and shit, all kinds of, regular living. So, see what I can do about that. Not complaining, just the way it is. Once you've been challenging yourself that way all your life, I've always been kind of poor. And if I do get some money somehow, I'm very frugal with it, because I know how it is to have none. So I'm not, eagle flies on Friday bunch of spending that shit. Just the way I am. My F-150 is a 94, so that's what? 10? It's over 30 years old. I'm not into materialism, man. I don't need gold-plated faucets. As long as my truck runs good, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm more into health. I see people with lots of money. I know a lot of very, very wealthy people. They're just as miserable, more miserable than me, and they're in bad health. And they got all this money, so what are you going to do with it? Take it with you? They're all waiting, their relatives and all. When is he checking out? Get that inheritance, they got that shit going. I know people have made quite a bit of money getting life insurance on one of their elderly relatives, knowing the guy's checking out in a few years. Talk about that shit. But anyhow, yeah, so I'm a Thoreauian. So I read Walden and changed my brainwaves, and I've been that way ever since a teenager. To the dismay of the women I've been with, because women gauge themselves by the Joneses down the road, and hey, Chuck, what are you doing? They got a new car. It's just good. I got an old one. It runs good when I need it. Blah, 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 blah. I don't need it. Because most everyone I know is already in a boneyard. So, he who laughs last got to be above ground. You know what I mean? And all the material stuff, my family, my parents grew up in the Depression, so they're more frugal. They think differently. Totally different world. Yeah. Yeah, read Walden by Henry David Thoreau. He was another failure. He printed up about 1,000 books. 800 on himself. He made a joke. Boy, I got a large collection of all my works. Yeah, on your own shelf. Yeah, because you never sold them. After he died, people realized he was a pretty good writer. Had a unique way. Kind of a Eastern philosophy way, Guy was very educated. Could read Latin, Greek. He went to college. I think he was a teacher for a while. It's a great book. Basically, less is more. We get too cluttered up in the bullshit. And, like these movie stars, they're the most miserable humans on earth. Look at them. They're just depressed, killing themselves off. The kids are all fucked up. Drug addicts and dying. You know? You know what I mean? I think Robert De Niro hates Trump because, hey, look at Trump's kids and look at Robert De Niro's kids. There you go. Which kids would you rather have? Huh? Come on. Yeah, all my kids are good, smart, they're making good money and stuff, but they still got that frugalness from the way I live. Yeah, they're doing all good. One of my daughter will be having a kid in a few weeks, so the missus will be going down to Florida. So I'll be alone for a week. Oh, I'll be fine. So lots of lonely widows around. Don't tell nobody. Oh, they're all over flirting me. The one today was flirting me. She was a young girl. She must have been 26. There's something about me. I think they just like wild men. Women like wild men. They can tell that spark in your eyeball. They go, this guy. this guy grab on and not let go. He'll do it right. He's a heathen. He ain't a girly boy. I'm talking some shit now. It's too late. I hope the missus is asleep. She'll beat my ass. Anyhow, you know what I'm talking about. I got yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So watch the women. Yeah, but there's lots of, I feel, you go to, Planet, the other gym is hardcore, so it's them guys, What are you on, man? But at the other gym, Planet Fitness, I go there. The missus there, so I got to watch where she's looking. The women, there's so many lonely women, and I don't look my age. Like if I dyed my hair, you'd think I was in my 50s or something. And I got them ice cold blue eyes, and I look like I'm half out of my mind, and that's what they want. Women want the bad guy. They don't want to marry the bad guy, but they want the wild guy, the biker, They just like that shit. Just bend it over, honey. I'm coming for you. Anyhow, so, go to Planet Fitness. You're a guy in good shape. 40, 50, 60, 70. Hang out. And don't be scared to go up to them and talk to them. They've been around. You know what I mean? The hymen's been broke a long time ago. They didn't know what's coming up. And you can say, hey, baby, you want some company tonight? Or, hey, baby, you want to throw it my way? I'll twirl your world, honey. Lots of them, they'll look at you like, okay. So I don't want your money, honey. I got enough of my own. Talk kind of, don't go up to them, hey, you want to fuck? That's like a little too fast. Some might go, yeah, I got a couple hours, let's go. Then you'd have a heart attack because you're not expecting that. You're expecting a slap in the face. And she looks in, yeah, I got a couple hours. Where do you want to go, baby? This is me. But anyhow, there's a lot of lonely women. The widows, or they got married, they got divorced. Thought they're going to have that good life, being free and shit. They said, honey, you're past your days. You think you're going to get that 20-year-old guy here? Yeah. Now, there are some dudes my age that are in good shape like me, but most of them are all rickety. They get laid, they drop dead, So, they're going to die widows. They're going to die alone with a cat and a battery-powered dildo. That's what they got, and that's what's in store for them. So, you over there looking at them, going, hey, baby, don't take this wrong, but those skin-tight pants you got on here, I can see more than if you were naked. And that vagina cleavage looks pretty tasty, you know what I mean, baby? So, if it's all right with you, how about I buy a few steaks and we come out, I cook them up with you, and we do the wild thing, and then I go on my way, huh? Anyhow, too much testosterone. No, I'm always this way. I've been this way in my life. I drive her nuts. She tells me, get the fuck out of here, crazy. Not today. I'll come home and kiss her. Oh, no, not today. I said, I'm just being affectionate. There ain't no affection with you, Chuck. There's only one thing on your mind. Affection to you is just you working me. Good night. Don't have a good time. Yeah. But anyhow, working out, that's it. But go to Planet Fitness, fellas. You'll find her lonesome, honey. Be careful now. The minute that let's say you get involved with a woman, she's 45 and you're 50, so. Okay, now she's really nice. She looks pretty nice. She's got a nice tight ass still. She put on a G-string and, you went right to attention. Said, holy shit, I've been listening. And anyway, yummy, big tits, the whole bit. Not bad in the face, skin tight, ready to go, and she knows what to do. Next thing she goes, my sink in the bathroom's leaking. The wall outlet's not working. I can't get the mowing guy this month. Could you do it? And before you know it, you're Charlie Maintenance Man. So watch that shit. Unless you wanna. There's nothing wrong with it. You can always fall in love. You can fall in love at 90. People having romances in the old folks' home. From what I'm reading, if you are an old guy in the old folks' home, you're only one of few males in that old folks' home. A lot of these boys are working that Viagra a lot in there. They're going to count you today, you Monday, you Tuesday. They never had it so good in their whole life. Now, as for bodybuilding, fellas, you can say hi on this thing. I don't know why I don't say them. Say you're there. I see 2 people watching. This guy's crazy. What kind of bodybuilding show is it? This is the after midnight lower end bodybuilding show. Wait, not bodybuilding. I say powerlifting with Grandpa Charlie, but I like to say I also just strength training with bodybuilding, weight training for seniors. I don't know. Because what I do works for the younger kids. You can just heal a lot faster, so you can do more of those routines in 1 week. And like I told you, you don't have to be, who said this 7-day shit? You can make your week 10 days. Or 9 or something, you know what I mean? You can flip it every 10 days. Hey, hi, hey, how you doing? Thanks for somebody talking. I already did this about an hour and a half ago. And I went out of the car to show somebody, and I hit the mute button. So for 20 minutes talking to nobody. So I turned that off and start all over. So yeah, you can ask questions. What the heck? Yeah, there's a lot of people on YouTube talking about steroids. Well, I've been around steroids all my life because I'm an athlete. I've been in martial arts. You'd be surprised the people on steroids. Truckers are on steroids. I go to powerlifting meets. I could do a live show because I talk to these guys and they tell me everything. They tell me, Pops, what are you waiting for? And I ask them, what are you doing? How you doing? I ask them everything. Times, amounts, stacks. Is that what you do? Pre-workouts, what you take before pre-workouts? About a week before, a month before meet, what do you do? It's different. Everything's different. And they tell me all this shit and it goes right in my head. And then, I watch these guys on YouTube. And, they all know, they can go from personal experience. If you notice one thing, they're all a little different. You know why? Because everybody's different to that stuff. There's no one size fits all. There's no one injection fits all. There's no one amount in that needle fits all. There's not one steroid fits all. All is different. All is different with that stuff, fellas. Now, the one guy's unique. He says pin every day. What am I, diabetic? And, because he wants no ripples in the graph of your testosterone levels and your hormone levels. And I understand where he's coming from, but there's no human on earth. Hey, hi, man. Say hi, how you doing? Yoa? Okay, don't get me wrong. It's late at night. It's 2:30 where I'm at. What was I saying? Yeah. Your hormones fluctuate. There is ripples in your hormones, and your body's used to dealing with it. You ever heard you see how women are if their hormones were straight across all month, no ups and downs, they wouldn't have a menstrual cycle. Women have different personalities to them. They have road rage in a way. They are right around the period because the hormones are fluctuating and the body adjusts to it. You have ups and downs with your testosterone. Your body's making estrogen too. Now, if you don't have much muscle and your body's producing a lot of testosterone, it's going to overflow your muscles, and then you're going to have a lot of estrogen. You might be a little emotional there, teary-eyed on a movie or a song or some shit, which is all right. But main thing is to get more muscle on your body. So make sure you got your eating fat, and cholesterol, and lots of eggs. If you're not on steroids, you need cholesterol to build your muscles. And it's funny, a guy just said it. The guy that's a doctor, he just said it. I said, man, that's the first guy I've ever heard it said to me. Everybody thinks I'm out of my mind. If you ain't on gear, you need to eat a lot of cholesterol foods. And this, cholesterol, you get avocados got cholesterol. Eggs are a good cholesterol source with a lot of vitamins, nutrients. Cook up chopped meat, steaks, pork chops, roast. You need cholesterol, but you got to work out too. And you'll change. Like I said, there was a guy in the gym, a kid. I'm talking about, he's 20 years old. He ain't a kid, he's a young man. Everybody's a kid to me. And I'm everybody's Dutch uncle, and I feel it's my obligation and mandate to share my madness, But anyhow, yeah. So I told him everything. I told him, he says, man, can you drink milk? Because I have a problem drinking milk. He says, yeah, no, you don't need that way. You take milk, drink a gallon of milk a day, and eat a lot of eggs. So he comes, I see him like 2 weeks later. He's looking bigger. He says, I did what you said, Charlie. It works. I got I think he said 9 to 10 pounds in a month. He worked out like a maniac. It was like a long distance runner. You take a long distance runner, he's all bone, right? And now you say, okay, we're going to do weights, brother. And you're going to eat like I'm telling you to eat. You know what he's going to look like in 2 months, 3 months, 90 days? He's going to freak out. He'll put on 30 pounds. Because he's been on like a starvation, nutrient diet. So eat up, build up muscle and cholesterol, right? Now, if you go on steroids, that's when the diet changes. You don't need all that cholesterol. I want to start working out, but is protein really that important? I have to buy that protein supplement? No, you don't have to buy no protein supplement. You got to eat food. Protein's important, but so is the carbohydrates and especially the fats. Without fats and cholesterol, your body, okay, this TRT crap, right? A lot of this TRT, guys aren't in their 20s taking TRT because their blood tests says they have low testosterone. Of course they do. They're watching the people, the bodybuilders, and they eat skinless chicken and rice. Well, they got no cholesterol coming in. You ain't going to make no steroid. You ain't going to make no testosterone. Your testosterone hormones are made from the cholesterol in your body. You're eating it. So that's what you got to eat. Lots of cholesterol, lots of fat. Regular whole milk. Drink that. If you can drink milk, drink a half a gallon plus a day. When you go to bed, you drink a glass of milk. When you get up, you drink a glass of milk. You drink milk all through the day. You eat at least a couple dozen eggs a week. Couple dozen. 24 divided by 6. At least 4 eggs a day. Eat them. You don't want to eat them? Throw them in a glass. Have a half a beer and drink them down. That's a miner's breakfast. Eat. Now, you need protein. But you need the cholesterol. Where do you get the cholesterol from? Eating meats. Avocados have a lot of cholesterol. But eat your meats. Sardines. That's 20 grams of protein right there. Lots of sardines. Get you going. It's got good fats in it. And eat. Lots of eggs. Milk, too. You'll be all right then. The average guy don't need 200 grams of protein. That's bullshit. Get to around 100. When I hit 100, I'm happy. Because your muscles still need the carbohydrates and the fats. And I eat a lot of I eat a lot of eggs, man. You don't need a protein supplement. You know what your protein supplement is? A couple dozen eggs and milk. You want an eggnog? Just a couple eggs, 2 eggs in the blender, or not even a glass, and milk. Pick it up. right? Throw in some honey or sugar. Sugar ain't gonna kill you. And a drop of vinegar. A drop of, what do you call that stuff? Vanilla. Or better yet, put in a blender, 2, 3 eggs, milk, a cup or 2 cups of vanilla ice cream, and turn that baby on with ice, a lot of ice, so you make that like slush. You'll be happy. You'll gain so much weight of mind, and just keep kicking in the eggs. Put 4 eggs in. Oh my God, 4 eggs, 2 cups of milk, at least a cup of vanilla ice cream with ice. Grind it up. Grind it up, man. 4 eggs. Are you kidding me? You do that twice a day and just eat. You'll be fine. 4 eggs to get you all the cholesterol you want a day. And work out, but give you time rest between you. Make sure the workouts where you rip it. Now you need to heal it and grow it. You got your workout. Then you got the heal time because you've damaged your muscle. So your muscle comes back to try to make more muscle. So, okay, now you're back where you started. Now you got to give it time to grow more muscle. Like right now, I was talking about it before. I love to work out, but I can do a couple workouts a week, but not the same exercise. Like right now, I'm only doing bench once a week. You know? Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, me too. I'm all busted up. I had this thing's killing me now. I couldn't grab the bar. I went to get the cream out of the refrigerator for the coffee. It hurts so bad I screamed. Lady says, what's wrong with you? I said, if it's screaming, I mean it hurts. And these shoulders are shot. And I'm still working for a 350 bench. I got a 330 in competition. I'm ranked 1 this year, 2025. All benching my division. You can check it out. Anyhow, my division, 70 to 74, 242, 2025 bench. Openpowerlifting.org. Check it out. Masters. But anyhow, yeah, I want to get it to 350. I got a 330. But, yeah, my shoulders are shot. You tore your pec, man. Doing bench or flies. You know, people tear up their bicep a lot with the deadlift. Flies, there you go. I swear to God, yeah. I know, man. When I do the flies now, I don't go straight out, you know what I mean? It's like a wide bench, you know? And then I bring them up and I make them bang, and, you know, I bring them again and go bang. But I do not go way out no more, man. No way. My bicep was hurting from deads, and I intentionally make sure I keep my arms straight, you know? I make sure I'm just grabbing that bar, and my arms are just like ropes. Never pull on them. You grip that bicep, and then, you know, you don't want to do a shrug. You want to just down as low as you can go, because that helps that distance, you know? Range of motion shit. There's tricks to that, too. But, yeah, I heard something of me. But that's what that tie-in is into your shoulder blade. These are killing me. My shoulders are killing me. All right, okay, that hurt. I went up like this on the side. It's like a knife bowl. I do all the exercise, you know, the guys with the rubber bands and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this and up and down the friggin' wall. They look at me in the gym and I come in like a crippled old man. She looks like I need a cane, I swear to God. And I start with the rubber bands, you know, and I'll just do the bar on the bench. And this helps on the bench. You do the now grip, you know, the smooth part, and I put my thumbs touching the smooth, you know. So that's my close, and then a medium, and then where my hands are out on the last ring. I did 5, 5, 5. I did a couple sets just the bar. Then I went to 135, did the same time. I worked my way up to 225 with the now. And then I did the pumpers with the bench, and that hurt my shoulder. I did pumpers, you know, where you don't go up all the way, so you're really working the pecs. I did like 15s, boom. That's going, that I can, if it ain't injured, I'm okay. I don't mind sore muscles. I like sore muscles. But the injuries are pissing me off. And then I pinched that sciatic nerve in my spine doing squats. I wanted to go ass to the grass like an idiot. And I went down there and I stayed and I ranked up and I had a pain. That was Tuesday or Monday. So all week I'm dealing with injuries. So injuries, you got to watch injuries. Is it a rotator cuffish? I don't know. What's up in here, man? You know? And it's, you know, that tie-in where it goes underneath, that tendon or whatever, the ligament is that shit, you know. It's weird how it is. I don't know who built this thing. You got this bone on your shoulder, and then you got these tendons coming in underneath this bone, you know. Yeah, but it hurts bad. I've been a doctor in 40 years. I need a hernia operation. I'm terrified of going. That's a bugger. I'm telling you, that sciatic nerve, man. I first learned about it. I was working at Grumman, you know, where they make F-14s, A-6Es. Where I worked, the moon bug was 20 foot away in a clean room. That's the kind of cool things I'm building on. And there's a guy over there. We were doing some other fuel, it's testing fuel piping, fuel lines. Anyhow, I go, how's your vacation, man? He says, what vacation? I spent it in the hospital for a few days. I said, what do you mean spent it? Actually, he says, no. About 6 hours of the trip, he had his wallet in his back pocket, but was pinching his. He didn't know what was going on. So all of a sudden, I had this pain. I thought I was dying of cancer. I thought someone stabbed me up my ass. They took him to the hospital. He couldn't even drive. His wife had to drive. They went to the hospital. They put him in the hospital, gave him painkillers. He had pinched his sciatic nerve with his wallet. That's the first time I learned about it. I must have been 19 or 20. I had a good job. I should have never left that job. That was a good job. Anyhow, yeah, that's what I remember. I never forget that. Like, holy Christ. Yeah, you hit that sciatic nerve. It'll go away, but there's a few days you don't want to move. So that must be getting old. So that's what I was talking about. You train just like you always train. But you can't do 3 times a week full body workouts. Unless you're doing some light stuff. But if you're like doing me powerlifting moves, bench 1 day a week, deadlifts 1 day a week, squats 1 day a week. And on deadlift day, my back's warmed up, so that I usually end it with some bent over rows. And because of this other thing, they call it tennis elbow, I think, you know, I'm just self-diagnostic going on YouTube. I was using straps, so I didn't have to really squeeze. Like right now, I squeeze tighter. So I'll get better. I heal up. I don't get. I've been setting my own bones and shit. And one didn't set right on my leg. You see a dent. I'm scared of doctors. And now an operation. I don't know. Well, those DEI. I don't want some guy that's DEI pulling a scalpel to my guts, or the guy that's the anesthesiologist is DEI. No shit. I don't want. I'd be freaking out. So, you know what I mean? I read too much. I remember reading a book in the 60s, Dr. X. He's talking about all the bullshit in the hospital. You know, people die in the hospital because they screw up in the hospital. I didn't go this long to get screwed up by somebody in the hospital on an elective. The operation I need on a hernia, it's in and out. You're out in 2-3 hours. And you're sore for a while. But I do know a lot of people, even in my family, who've gone for elective surgery. They never come out. They screw it up. Everything goes down the tubes when you don't put the best in. The best win. That's how it's got to be. The straight A students that know what they're doing, they become the surgeons. Or whatever. It could be anything. Pilots. Space. Whatever. Special forces. You got to be the best, right? Then they just, because of Trump, they said, no, we're going back to the requirements we had before. Yeah, you're in SEAL Team 6. I don't want some goofball in there. That's the guy that gets the other guys killed, No. Excuse me. There's no equality in anything. I can't play basketball worth the shit, Whatever. There's best, there's good and bad in everything. Even in war. He who wins makes the empires. That's it. You can't protect your own land. We take it. That's it. Shut up. Oh, I want it back. No, you don't have nothing. We have empires. We go to the moon. We sail the seven seas. We go to the deepest part of the ocean. We're supposed to rule. You can show us better? Good. You think you can take us out? Come get it. That's how it works. Since the dawn of time. If Eastern Europe didn't eventually repel the Mongolians and Genghis Khan boys, you all be talking Mongolian. Can you understand that? Survival of the fittest, and that means mentally too, because he who wins the wars got to know warfare. They got science and logistics and weaponry and metallurgy and gunpowder and everything. You know what I'm saying? Superiority ain't a boxing match or an MMA bullshit. I just saw a video because I can search. I know I get off Google first off. It was two guys in real combat, hand to hand, in that Ukraine war. And the guy does his Gracie shit. And the other guy just puts that K-bar right in his rib cage. And the guy says, let me die in peace, he's going to stab me again. He knew he had him. He did. And they were struggling on the ground for quite a while, and there was a video of it from one of the guys had some kind of camera on him. It was the most ruthless shit I ever saw. Guy in the ground's doing that thing where they hook the legs around the body and and then you're going to get him in a cross arm bar, some other dumbass bullshit. They had knives running too. The guy's throwing the knife and he's trying to block it. Man, it was the most violent, scary shit. Wake up call to all you boys rolling around on the ground. And I said it before. I have a black belt, right? I did grappling too. But I always said, hey, don't think you're going to play that game in a knife fight. You go down in the legs, he's going to nail you right in the kidney. You on the top, he's going to take you out, man. If it was ruthless. So then the guy backs off because he knew he had him. The guy's bleeding. So let me die in peace. He's all right, fuck it. They both know the same language. Ukraine and Russian, they know each other. Just like my people know Russian. Right there, Poland. So they're always hating each other. I don't know why they hate each other. They have the same language. Anyhow. So he walks away. So the camera's on the guy that died, right? And then the other guy leaves, and now a drone drops on him. Blows his ass up. I mean, no good. But that's the way the world turns, brothers. I'm not trying to give you philosophy because I have none. But I read a lot. I liked strategy and tactics. I studied warfare to learn how to fight better because I was a karate fighter. And you can implement things to 5 different attacks, 5 different defenses, and 5 different retreats. I figured that out. And you just pick the one that works with the guy. You got to know what he's going to do too. And then you pick what he's vulnerable in. You cancel out his strengths and you capitalize on his weaknesses. And I realized, why am I counterfighting? I'm faster than him. If it's a fast draw, I'm always going to win. So let them figure out what the hell I'm doing. It worked real good. But anyhow, through that I studied war. And through studying war through the ages, eventually find out what the war was about. It's usually about land. Things like that. Or the Vikings, they like to take stuff. But they weren't all pirates, it's just a bunch. But, yeah, from that you see who wins and who loses. The road to ruin is paved with good intent, okay? You can't be nice and build an empire. You can't be nice and land on the moon. You can't be nice and sell the ocean blue. And you can't be nice to go to deepest. You can't be nice. Because there's always some crybaby bothering you. You know what I mean? and it'll just drain you of your resources and everything. I hate to say it. I really hate. I mean, I grew up a Christian. I was trained to be a minister. I'm not stupid. But we're all God's little children and all that bullshit. No. You gotta earn your place. You gotta. Or you'll be dragged down. You'll be dragged down. What was it? What was in Star Trek? The original Star Trek. The weird looking dudes. That the ones that Star Trek always fighting with. And then in Star Trek Next Generation, one of them was on the ship with them. It's played by, and he had that weird looking head and shit. I forgot what they were called. I like the way he thought, He was like, you want to fight? Let's fight. Shit. We take it. Did you see the Riddick? What was the first one? Pitch Black. You see Pitch Black? You're amazing, man. I didn't know someone your age could stay so physically. Mind over matter. Yoto Dao. With mind over matter, man. I mean, yeah, there's eating and this and that, and I eat old school and old foods, foods I eat, most people don't eat, But, like I thought out the beef, I was going to have beef tonight. But, all right, I need more coffee here. But, I already made her a nice lunch. So I didn't want no liver and mashed potatoes, so I'll make it tomorrow. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah. The road to ruin is paved with good intent. You want to help somebody that's starving? Okay, give them some food. Say, see this here? I'm going to try to build traps because there's lots of rabbits around here. Or you want some corn and tomato shit? Okay, I'll give you a few. Now, you see this? This is a plow. You go do it. You get your mule over there, whatever. And you plant this shit. And you grow this shit. And you can this shit. And you salt your meats. And you got your firewood going. And you'll make it through the winter. But if you're going to sit under a tree watching me do this shit all summer, getting beat up, stung, sunburned, and then winter comes and you don't got firewood and all that shit, and then you come over to me playing that, we're all God's little children, you got to have compassion. I'm going to go, hey, buddy, I saw tracks out today of a deer. You got a gun? Okay. You got an axe? Good. Go up in the woods. There's trees that ain't down, but they're dead. They lean on a tree. There's your tree. Cut it up and make your own firewood. You didn't store food? Go hunt deer right now. Go get it. Or die. Yeah, I'll give you some salt pork. That's it. Go buy. I'm sorry, you got to do that. I'm sorry you got to do it, but you got to do it. Just the way of things. You saw that USAID, man. All the scams they were running. You saw many Democrat politicians had charities that their wives are having, millions going in. They didn't do shit. It was just a front to bring the money back around. Damn, that's your money. Don't you understand? The government's money is the money you pay in taxes. Someone puts their hand on my wallet, they pull back a stump. I've gotten some bad fights. People owe me money. I lend them I don't give shit, it's $5. So you owe me $5. Well, it says, okay. One of those fights was out of job in Florida. It was a fight. He called me. I was bitching to him. He thought he knocked me out. I looked at him like, really? Okay, here we go. I drove his teeth through here. I had my knuckles. His mouth, not mine. Over $5, but it's just the way I am. I do you a favor. I give you a solid. You don't spit in my face. But I should have just let it go, because he never bothered me again. That's another way to look at it. Guy owes you a few bucks, fuck him. He'll never bother you again for money. Thank God it was only 10 or 20, and now you know what he's like. Because he might ask you for 1,000, and now you've been out 1,000, then you would have had to do something. Anyhow, that's why I stay alone. I keep humanity at a distance. Do I have any friends around here? I don't have it. No one comes. I just have people I'll talk to at the gym, but no one comes in my house. There's no friends hanging out with me. I got things to do. Plus, it's out in the country. Country's different. It's for different kind of people. Elbow room call, Cam, with Daniel Boone. Yeah, elbow room. I'm not against you, man. You see how I talk and shit. But, I like humans to be kind of far away. Because it always cause trouble. But in any case, I must have said the wrong things politically. Oh, I got 3 people back. Okay, so it must fluctuate in and out. Hope I didn't hurt somebody's feelings with my... It's not really politics. It's just through my reading of history. You know what I mean? I'll give you another, but I won't say who and what. But my people over there, I'm a Caucasian. I got Mongolian genes. Because, it's who wins takes the women. You don't kill the women. Genghis Khan did a lot of butchering. He's crazy. He laid siege to Beijing, China. He got so pissed off when he got in, he killed everybody. It took a month or 2 to kill everybody. I mean, don't you want to subjugate them? Tell them I want some of your hay and food. Kill them all. So anyway, where my people are, it was a back and forth. The Mongolians, us. Whoever wins takes the women folk. So that's how you get mixes of genetics. But there was one bunch on our side, when there was stuff going to hit the fan, they'd run. And if we were the victors, then they come walking back and set up shop again. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like, one of my ancestors said, where the fuck you going? Where were you when the battle axes were swinging? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And that bunch people still got a bad ire for. But anyhow, we ain't going to go there. Oh, God, Charlie, it's one of those days. So anyway, working out. So work out as much as your body will allow you to work out with getting your recuperation and then your growth. So you got the recuperation, then you got your growth. So now it's 71. Whatever exercise I'm doing, because I work it hard. I tear it off the bone almost. So I try to keep percentage down lately. But I still did 405 on the deadlift. So that ain't my PR no more. So anyway, that's something else. So what I'm saying is, whatever exercise I'm doing, I don't do it again until a week. For a few weeks there, I was just working machines, 10 to 12, 15 reps. Yeah, you can do that all day. But when you start getting into 5-3-1s and singles and working above 90% of your PRs, which I love doing, I go to the gym, I want to just do 405. I'm going to get 410. When bench, I'm trying to stay at 315 and aim for 10 reps. I got 4. The 5th one sounded like it was there. So I'll aim for 5. And then I'll say, okay, I could go up in weight. Now, I'll stay at 315 and do 2 sets of 5. So the second set, maybe I only get 2 out. I go, first set I get 5 reps. Wait 5-10 minutes, do another set, and I only get 2 reps out. Okay, so now I stay till I get 2 sets of 5 on 315. Now I put a 5 on each side and start all over again. We're trying to get 5 reps at 325. Before you know it, you're doing your PR at 5 reps. So you know your PR is a lot more, right? That's the trick. I'm teaching you the real trick of how to get stronger. It takes a little longer, but you don't crash and burn. You don't blow yourself out. And you will eventually get there, because you have to build this too. That's why you see a lot of these powerlifters. I walk in a store, they know I'm, even with a t-shirt, they know this dude's, he's working out or some shit. But some of these powerlifters, they look like regular dudes. And they're lifting 500 pounds, The benches are comparable to mine, a lot of them. So, but, if they're on gear, they'll do more. They'll four-wheel it. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So gain more weight too. That's why I do it. Unless you're on gear. I forgot why'd I go that route. Why'd I talk about size? There was some reason I did that. I can't think why. I'm losing myself, fellas. I'm losing myself. Yeah, so work out that way. You won't crash and burn. And fluctuate between bodybuilding routines and powerlifting routines. Pick your compound lifts and work them hard. Make sure you got enough time in between till you heal. That's up to you. You got to know your body. I'm 71. I realize, hey, man, you need a week, 7 days between or more. Between doing that same, if you're doing bench, 7 days, the next bench. You did on Monday, do next Monday. Now, you don't have to keep a 7-day thing. You can make it a 10-day thing. You know what I'm saying? Who said it's got to be 7 days? So that's things you can play with your own brain by how you handle the healing and the recuperation, which sleep is part of it, and eating is part of it, and obviously training, and obviously distractions. I mean, if every weekend you're going out slumming with the, you know, with the honeys, and Monday morning you don't know what your name is, you know, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Keep that at a minimum. Know your limitations. You'll fry out. And no drugs, no heavy drinking. I haven't gotten drunk in decades. I don't like getting drunk. I'll have a beer in here. I had 2 today because of the mowing. But that's it. I didn't feel like eating it, you know. Am I a night out? Yeah, I wake up at midnight. I'm another dude after midnight. So I got these blue eyes. They're meant for the Arctic night. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy when everybody's asleep and it's dark out and shit. If I got to go up in the woods, I wouldn't go up there without my white polar wolf with me. But other than that, yeah, Mendoza's back. So you come on late, huh? Yeah. So you just got on. I've been here for a while. Just want to shut down a little while. I wake up at 12 noon and don't fall asleep to 3, 4. Okay, that's good, yeah. So what, you got, what shift? You got, not graveyard. You do graveyard or second shift? You doing second shift? Most likely second shift. I like the second shift. Graveyard's rough, but second shift's good. When you get done about 11, yeah. Yeah, it's good. I never like working days. Getting up in the morning, second, there you go, yeah. I noticed jobs, I was happy if I had second shift. Like I worked at Grumman, then I got in, I signed up for pararescue at Special Forces, and I washed out of it due to an injury from motorcycle, like dumbass. I was doing good till then, real good. But if you want to do something athletic, don't get on motorcycles because you're going to fall and bust something up. But in any case, then I go back to Grumman, they put me on second shift. Man, I was kind of depressed second shift. I loved second shift. Once I got this is great. You know what I mean? Then at 5 a.m. waking up, not knowing what my name is, taking the coffee to work, punching in, not even, you know what I mean? It's rough. After work, there you go. That's when you work out, yeah. That's the best time to work out, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. You know, I go after midnight, but yeah, night's good. Less people there, right? You get to the machines. That's perfect, man. You got it made. You got it made. You got to work. You got it set up. Where you at? What state? Where you at? You around here? Florida? Where are you? So it's 2. That's 3 here. So fall asleep. So you're out west somewhere, right? Yeah, Texas, yeah. Yeah, I lived outside of Spearman, Texas. I had a little place. 80 acres. I like the plains, man. People didn't like it. I get on my sports and drive all day. Passed two or three cars between Malo and cornfields. Big ass sky, man, just droning that engine. No rocket shit, just chugging along. I loved it. I like the plains. Had its own, and the best sunsets I ever saw in my life. Oh, it's a border town. Okay, I was up in the Panhandle. Yeah, I've been down on the border, so that's border town down to Texas border town. I'm trying to think where that be. Tex-Mex is heavy here. Okay. Yeah, I did some travel through Texas too. Before I ended up moving out there. That was on the way back from I had a property in California. I lived out in the desert. And then I wanted to centralize my business because the shipping was killing me to the East Coast. So I got a place right outside of Spearman, Texas. That's up in the Panhandle. No man's land kind of thing. I loved it. But anyhow, I went down to Big Bend. You ever been to Big Bend? Man. Okay, live about 5 miles from the border. It's nice down there except for the, open borders, but Texas is a cool state. People don't know that, man. They think it's all flat. You get down there, Big Bend, you think you're over in the Grand Canyon and stuff. Man, it's beautiful down there. Yeah. I wouldn't mind living on the Gulf. I grew up on the water, salt water, so I miss saltwater fishing, but you can't have everything. I mean, you can't be everywhere. Like I'm up here in Tennessee Hills, but the land taxes are next to nothing. Like most likely where you are too. People don't know that. House is bought and paid for, so down here it's turned into a big metropolis. Oh God. I'll be moving outside of town, man. I'll be looking for something, even a single wide on an acre of land surrounded by cows or cornfields or some shit. I have to get outside of town. The beginning of this tape, I walk around. You'll see. I went on my property, so when it goes on my list, watch it, and you'll see me showing you how it is here right now. Woods, forest. Nearest house over there, about a football field away. I can't even see. It's up in the back there. And then over there. This is crowd to where I used to live. My nearest neighbor was 10 miles and then 30 miles to town. At my ranch, the only buildings I saw were mine in the horizon. It was like I was on the ocean. I loved it. The family hated it. Everywhere I go, they hate it. Then I'm way out in the desert. Oh, I love that too. Way. I used to hang out in Death Valley. Oh, that was my place. They didn't like that either. They moved to Asheville. I stayed out in the ranch. But I went over to Asheville, and I look at the home and says, these people are nuts. $250,000 for a double wide on a quarter-acre land. Were they crazy? So I set up shop at the business, and then there was a river there, the Saint something. And there was a road along, and I like traveling around. I didn't have my bike then. I sold already. So I'm winding around, ding, over the hills, over the mountains. And there was a T and it said Greenville that way. So I went into Greenville. Automatically I look at the real estate and says, this is the place for me. So I got this home here and then I got the one up in the hills. That one has about 4 acres, this one has 5 acres. But it's all wooded. The one over there has an old growth forest, not woods. There's the trees and you can walk right through it, no stickers and bushes and that shit. Yeah, it's still beautiful ranches and land. But sadly, it's been replaced by concrete, yeah. Heard of Tex-Mex. I've heard the name, but you're closer to, I did come back on 90 from Big Bend. You know, the one that goes, kind of skirts the border. But I don't remember where I come back up through once I got off that. I think it was 90. But you're over near the coast more? I could check it out in there. Yeah, Texas is good, hey. I went on, 20 or 10, and then I made a left at Fort Stockton, and I kept going. Man, Okay, there you go. Oh, the cuisine, yeah. I didn't know what a taco was till I went out west, the real taco. And that's how I made it, with a little corn and the meat. Not much stuff, just a nice meat and a little bit of this, that, and hot sauce. Hot as hell, yummy, yummy. Believe it or not, there's a Mexican wagon, what do you call them? The thing they have, what do they call it? And this is legit Mexican. She makes them just like that. It hurts, man. It hurts bad. And it's down in the hand, that elbow, like a tennis elbow, they call it. But I don't know. The pain is tremendous. If I didn't use straps, I couldn't have done nothing. I used straps on the deadlift and also on the bent over row. So I was just like this. I wasn't really locking it up. It was just out like that. The straps are holding. It'll heal. It'll heal. But it takes longer at my age. But it's still faster than most. My wife's always said it. You get cuts, you should have stitches, you heal it up. You set your own bones. I'm out mowing in a week. I'm nuts. But anyhow, I'm kind of leery of doctors. Especially now. I'm not going to know when to cut me up with a scalpel unless he's top shelf, you know what I mean? This ain't no equality shit. When it comes to cutting me open, I want the best, and that would cost money. And the Medicaid, I don't even know what I got. It's useless. No, I am deadlifting. I deadlifted 2 days ago. I pulled a 405 again for sets. Yeah, I usually do it on Saturday night. This is the second time. I did it earlier. So I'm glad, okay, you want me to go later? I go later. I'll go around 1. Because I forget, when I'm midnight here, in California, it's only 9 p.m., so I'm kind of early. So I'll do it around 1:30. Because I was watching that new Mission Impossible, and it sucked. I mean, it sucked, man. It was done wrong, and it was done under the woke bullshit. And it was like, what are you... Give me a break, man. So anyway, I hate when they do that. So anyway, that's why I started early, because she would have kept me to watch the movie. But I did watch a movie. Reset was pretty good. Sinners was good. It's a black movie. But it's good. It ain't no bullshit with it stealing my stories. It's like Blade. It's black, it's good. This is good. Sinners is good, man. See Sinners. It's good. And I think it's got a double ending, so I don't know if the ending came after they have an ending after the credits. You'll know if it's the real ending when you see it. So if you think, well, that was the ending, watch it through the credits. I'm not sure if the ending had that ending at the end of the credits. It was really good. It's way back when, I don't know. I didn't see did I see Cars? Yeah, there was Cars, so like early 1900s. It's black folk, South, gangsters, moonshine running, machine guns, 45 automatics, Tommy guns. It was good, and hillbilly vampires. They're playing blues and shit, and these black people getting to town and shit. They get. And then the bouncer at the door to this barn or something. Here comes these hillbillies with banjos and shit. And they're playing the hillbilly shit. And that shit riffs too, right? And the blacks, what kind of shit? So I love music. This guy's good. He's a vampire. He's the king of these vampires. And he loves playing the banjo and he loves music and shit. So that's some cool shit. And it's the blues and they're playing that boogie woogie shit. I ain't telling you no more of this movie. This movie is good. And I ain't into that DEI bullshit. But if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. My top favorite trilogy of superheroes, Blade. Blade has always been Blade. Comic book Blade was Blade. Wesley Snipes did it good. Remember how they're going to talk, they're now realizing income tax is illegal, it's not constitutional. Trump's trying to shut it down because it's not constitutional. Well, Blade, what does Wesley Snipes challenge that legality? And they put his ass in jail for 3 years. Fucked up his whole career. So what are you gonna do? I saw Demolition. Yeah, it's good. Demolition Man was good. Yeah, program. Demolition Man. Yeah, what was the one I liked? Was it Demolition Man? What was the one with Rambo in it and him? It was in the future, and Wesley Snipes played his badass. Was that Demolition Man? What time is it there? It's 3. It's 3. That was a good one with Stallone in it. That was a good one. But I love the Blade movies. They were good. Just like I like the Pitch Black movies. There's Pitch Black, Vin Diesel. The only guy that could kick Vin Diesel's ass was the guy in Pitch Black. And he's the badass dude in Yellowstone. You know the guy that works under the boss and he's always beating the shit out of everybody? He's a mean motherfucking shit. That's the dude in Pitch Black that knocked Vin Diesel to the knees and shit. They had a bad fight and a good fight. And then you had Riddick. And then Chronicles of Riddick. Do you go to sleep after the gym? Yeah, I go to after the gym. I eat. I ain't eating. I'm gonna go in and eat a whole bunch of shit. I'm starving to death. Maybe I eat some eggs. That's right. I'm gonna eat one of them. You know them ramen things. The Chinese thing. The hot ones. There's a hot one that comes in a bucket like this big. Shrimp. And I got frozen shrimp. I'll pile that in there. Yeah, I like ramen noodles, but it says scorching hot, and it's like in a bucket for $1.50. It's shrimp, but there's no shrimp in me, you little fucker. I got these big-ass shrimp, cooked shrimp. I'll put a whole bunch of it in there, and I'll cook it up, right? I cook it up, dig it, I ain't done yet. And I put the lid up. It's already cooked good. Then I put 2 eggs on top with the yolk. Turn it back on for 30 seconds so the white cooks and it's still a yolk. Then I eat it. And I still put in some hot Chinese sauce. It's like sesame seeds and sesame seed oil and ginger and something else, garlic. Oh, man. Yeah, that's one of my fast go-tos. I just make eggs. They had 4 for $10 at Arby's. That's one of my good junk foods. And I'll eat them because they're like 25 grams protein each hamburger. So if you eat 2 of them, that's 50 grams right there. It's junk food, but they make it good. But I had 2 of them already. What I eat tonight? Oh, and then I made some hot dogs. I usually end the night with a bowl of cottage cheese, about the only thing milky I can eat. And I put peaches on it or fruits cocktail. And then I usually pass that on the couch. Had a whole day of mowing. Beats my ass. But I forget what I was talking about. Yeah, so Vin Diesel, the only Vin Diesel I know is Riddick. And it's from the same director, and he writes these scripts. And the scripts are really good, very inventive. The Chronicles of Riddick, that story was wild. Yeah, it was done well. And then the last one I think was just called Riddick. That was good too. So that trilogy is good. The Blade trilogy is good. Wakanda, that's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard, so forget that. Get that off the fucking... But I used to go see the blaxploitation movies in the 60s, and there'd be all black people in me. I'd have a good time. Then wouldn't be talking to screen. I told you last week. It was the funniest shit. You can't see it. That doesn't exist no more, fellas. That doesn't exist. I mean, they weren't riding and throwing popcorn at the screen, but they would talk up a storm, and the women would go, look, I didn't kick his ass. They were good movies, man. Yeah, The Legend of Negro Charlie. And that's not what it said. It said The Legend of N. Charlie. That was on the thing. Going to the movie house. That was one crazy-ass movie. Trouble Man, Cleopatra. And then the other one, Black something. The Blackula. He played Dracula as a Black Dracula. They were good movies, man. And I go there and I be the only white guy. I told you, I brought the Jewish guy. He almost had a fucking heart attack because they're all screaming shit. And he's like, they're going to rise. He says, no, that's how they do it. Hang out, have a good time. Yeah, I had to calm his ass down. That was good shit. Things have changed, fella. Forget about it. Like I said, I usually go on, I search movies, European, British, Irish. I just saw an Irish movie. It was good. I told you about it. But that's about it. There's a lot of film noir movies, even on YouTube. Go film noir. Noir. And you'll find guys with a lot of the black and white detective movies. They call them film noir from the 40s, 50s, early 60s. And they got good little scripts. Usually the second movie. I usually go to movie house back then. You see two movies. You got the main movie and the other movie. The movie that warms you up. That's usually a black and white kind of movie. Or it might be some Three Stooges if it's kids and some cartoons. Roadrunner was real popular. We're talking way back. We're talking the 50s, fellas. So anyway, yeah. Film noir. They got a lot of movies on YouTube. Go look for the free movies. It'll be good. Yeah. Yeah. Netflix. Anyhow, what else? Tubi's good. Prime's good. I don't know who had it, but it was called Lawman. It was this TV series. They're going to go in the second season this year. Lawman's great. Not Lawman. Landman. It's good. Just go Landman search and see what it's on. Because I think it was free. You know, like on Tubi or Prime or some friggin' thing. It was good. It's about oil workers. Oh yeah, my land on Texas had one of those pumpers on. Yeah. By my age, you got a lot of stories, so I could talk all night. Ramen soup. Yeah. Yeah, I go to sleep after the gym, but I eat. Or before, after. Now, the problem with this, the only problem is when it's meat day, powerlifting meat. It's totally reversed. When I go to bed, I'm getting up. Then I got to go do the weigh-in. It might be hours away. Then I got to come home. Then the next one, I got to go again. Sometimes we stay. But money's tight. I live on my Social Security that I paid for. See, Social Security is not an entitlement. It ain't welfare. I put money in there since I started working at 15. Minimum wage was $1.45, man. Work 40 hours, you only make $50. Anyhow, yeah, something happened. That locked box, someone was going in there and taking the money out for those that didn't really put money in. And that ain't right. You know what I mean? But in any case, what am I saying? Yeah, so now I'm all screwed up with the meats because now it's like I'm totally blown out because I got to start lifting at 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. Between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. I'm doing my first squat, So that's the bad part of it when I compete. Other than that, I love working out at night. My other place, you see my earlier vids, I go work out in the room next to the kitchen. But I ain't going to do deadlift on the floor. I had a nice setup. Yeah, it got me a 330 bench back then, too. In my late 60s. And then I hurt my shoulder. And then I didn't do bench for a couple of years, but I did overhead press. Got up to 200. Thank you. Yeah. I always thought Social Security was a scam. No, it's not a scam. No. Social Security, listen to me good. The little bit they take out, if you make it to your 60s, you're going to be so happy you got that money, and you're going to get a lot more than me. Because a lot of my years was off the books. Cab driving, working in the food industry, cooking, bussing, waitering, all that shit. Doing banquets. A lot of cash business. So I only come away with about 900 a month. But most of the people that I know that are my age, they're pulling about 2 grand, which is good. So trust me, I wouldn't steer you wrong. Social Security ain't a scam. You put the money, you get it back. But the thing is, they've been taking money out. With a note, like they borrowed money, put a paper in there. We owe you. Fuck you. You never put it back in. Yeah, it'll be around. If you're putting in, it'll be around. They're gonna make it solid. That's one thing about Trump. He's a businessman. You put money in something, it's yours. That's how he looks at it. And he don't see Social Security as an entitlement. He's a businessman. That's like you put your money into a 401k or you invest it in a long range stocks or Bitcoin or some shit. Timmy sees it as an investment. You bought federal bonds or something, or long term CDs or some kind of shit. Timmy sees it like a business thing. I'm putting this money in, and it's going to accumulate. And if I live that long, I get a monthly check. So don't be bitching about that. Bitch about the other shit. But, no, if it was for Social Security, I'd have to be working somewhere. I mean, I got a business, but I don't know, where would I go? I'd say move over, I got to start working with you. Nah. I get a job I don't know what I don't want to do what I used to do. I'm going to do something dumb. I don't want to work maintenance and shit with robots and shit and all that crap. No, I don't want to get in there. Because when you're in maintenance, you punch in, you don't punch out. When you go home, you're thinking about that place all the time. I don't want that shit. I'll stand at Walmart. How you doing? Let me see your bags and tickets. You're fucking stealing that shit. Okay, get out of it. Yeah, you may do something dumb like that. I'll be a stalker. Nah, I'm okay. Yeah, Social Security's worth it. It'll be around. If you're putting it, it'll be around. Trump ain't gonna let it go away. And if they tell you they're lying. They lie through their teeth, these people. Oh, he's taking away Social Security. He's taking away the Social Security to the bullshit artists. There's people getting Social Security long before 60. They say, the sciatic nerves kill him forever. Or like, I could have got it with my ankle. I definitely could get it with the hernia. Oh, I get that early Social Security, but I was like 50. I can't stand on my own. I can't do this hernia. I got to have an operation. And they give it to you. And I know people like that. And they really don't deserve it. And they're pulling good money. That's what Trump's finding out. Are you really dying or can you get a job? If you can get a job, you're not on Social Security before your 60s. When you get into your 60s and you take Social Security, that's it. That's your money. There's deductions if you're a millionaire or something. But if that's the main money like me, don't take a dime. They give it to me, that's it. But I made sure I own all my property. This land tax is about $200 a year. My other property is $100 and it's acres of land, fellas. And I'm in the TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority, electric cheapest here than anywhere. I got a man in the shade. If I need extra meat, I just stand out my back window in the morning and blow a deer away when it walks over my bridge, if that's what I got to do. Or put out some traps for deer. There's a beaver in the creek. I see him cutting the trees down, but I don't want to, if I had to do it. If I don't have to do it, why don't I just go to the butcher shop and eat some meat, you know what I mean? And chickens are easier to grow. I had chicken coop. Fresh eggs every day. Yeah, Social Security's good. I'm glad I did it. I used to bitch. I would have taken out $5, whatever fucking. Thank God I did. I'd be Schitt's Creek without a paddle. I'd be fucked up. Yeah. Then I'd have to lean on the missus, and I know she wouldn't like that shit. So I'd have to go get something. I see guys that are working to the day they die because they didn't plan ahead. They got rent. If you got an apartment, it's $1,000 and you only get $900 a month. You got to work. So plan ahead, fellas. Best thing is get a house, pay the mortgage. Make sure you get a house in the right area. I get out in the middle of nowhere. Who the hell's going to come out here, That kind of shit. But, If you can get a nice property, cheap, maybe you fix her up a little by little, a couple acres of land so you can buffer yourself from the neighbors. Make sure your neighbors ain't fucking nuts, shooting off guns every night or boom boxes or whatever the fuck they do. So you can have some peace of mind when you're sleeping. And make sure you got a buffer. You don't want to be next to the next house so you can hear them fucking in bed and shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I want some room. Then save your money, pay off your mortgage. You got a 30-year mortgage. It's easy to get to 30 years, so you get to 30 year. But you make it like a 15-year because you put in a few extra months every year. You understand? Whatever it is, 12 months, your monthly payment, put in 2 more months every year. Double up. Tell me you want off the principal. 15 years, you're done. It's yours. Just pay your land. That's another thing. Make sure your land taxes ain't nuts. Where I grew up on Long Island, my house there, my mother, the land taxes right now going to be like 15 grand a year. A lot of people move off Long Island because they can't afford the taxes when they retire. They own the house. Dig it. They own the house. There's no mortgage. But the land taxes eats up all their retirement. Nope. So plan it out good. Like around here, there's lots of work. People just got scared. They come into cities, they're scared to move to the country. Can I find work? Of course you're going to find work. Just look around. Don't give up. Put some money away. Get to where the going's good. That's what I do. So anyway, I'm an old guy now, Well, my daughter, she went down to Florida now because her husband, she got a good job. And she'll be, what do you call it? She's going to have a baby in a few weeks. Now, my daughter, the other daughter, she lives over here in a big city, 40 minutes away. And my son, he's in town. I got his kids. We take care of the kids, because he's a salesman. He's on the road all the time. He's making good money. But he's working for it, Yeah. If you want to make money, you can make money. If money's your goal, you can make it. Just don't give up. But if you want just a good job or a good paycheck, then get a good trade. Electrician. Plumber is good because it never changes. Electrician's all right, but electronics changes so fast. I said, the hell with this shit. I had a TV repair shop. But, then I ended up in the growing. But, yeah. Yeah. But if you want to make money, the missus plays the stock market. I told her, don't tell me what's going on anymore. You give me heart attacks. I saw she made 20 grand in one day. I'm poor, right? She made 20 grand in one day. I said, sell that shit out. It went down as fast as it came up. So she didn't lose none, but she only made a couple grand. If she would have sold it to 20 grand. I said, you might as well learn card count. I used to card count, by the way. I said, if you could card count, just go to the thing, but you're not going to do that good no more because of that red card they put in. And you got to intentionally lose once in a while or they'll know your card count. They know. And I don't know why it's illegal. You're not cheating. You're just memorizing the cards. Cards counting is knowing what's in the deck. High cards or low cards. If cards above 10, the deck's packed with cards above 10 in face cards. Buddy, get ready for your money to start betting. Because the dealer's inevitably going to bust. He's got a hit on, 16? I can't remember no more, 15, 16. He's got a hit on, can he hold on 16? He can hold on 16. He has to hit on, 15, 16. There's a good chance, so he's got a hit. So he's got a face card and another card. He's got a hit. He's going to bust on the third hit. He's going to have to take 3 cards. He's got the 2, and he's going to have to take another card. He's going to bust. And if you've been betting knowing it's coming along, and you double your bets or triple your bets, you're going to one bet clean house. You can make money if the cards are low, too. Because then you can go for 3, 4, 5 cards to keep going closer and closer to 21. Just remember I can't remember, it's been years and years. I lived out in the desert when I used to drive over to Nevada to Campbell. Has to be 16. You can hold on 17. Yeah, if 16 or less, you got to hit. You can hold on. I've held on fucking 15. I didn't give a shit. Whatever I had, I held. Because I know there's too many high cards coming. And I know I see a 3 there. I see a 4 there. I see a 6 there. She's got a face card. She's got a hit. And she's going to bust. I won many times at a 12. Because she's going to bust on that third card. Because she's got a hit if it's under 16. It's not 17. Yeah, and then so they realized guys were counting cards. So they would, they have the deck with all the cards. It's like 5 decks. They put a red card in there. Because what you do is you keep card counting to this. At least 3/4 of the deck is gone. Then you know if it's rich and high cards, you clean house. If not, you just make your little moves and that's it. But if that's rich and high cards, 10 and above, you're going to clean house. So they put the red card in. And they tried to stop that. But you can still card count because maybe half the deck, they're at the 3 card. It's before the red card, but it's still starting to get probability is high cards. And you still make money. And they figure it out. They see the way you're betting. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And that's it. They see a card 6 and lower. They know on the dealer, and you're dumping money on that. You bet hundreds of dollars on that one hand. They know what you're doing because you know that they know that you know she's gonna bust on the next shot. It's gonna be a 10 or higher, and it's gonna be 22 or 23. You gotta get 21 or lower, fellas. And then they knock on your shoulder and go, hey, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Don't come back. That's the end of that dumbass shit I was doing. But anyhow. Oh, yeah. I wasn't paying income tax then, fellas. All right, so anyway. That's it. Let me go. I'm just bullshitting away. What's this got to do with powerlifting? I don't know. I already talked about that. Just make sure you got your book. In the beginning, I was talking about in the book and what I did. I'm almost done with this one. Eat right, sleep right. If you're not on steroids, make sure you're eating a lot of eggs and stuff with cholesterol. Lots of avocados, stuffed sardines. Because all your testosterone hormones are made from cholesterol. Now, if you're shooting up gear, then you change it around because now you'll have too much stuff in you. You don't want to do that either. Because a lot of steroids hinder the good cholesterol, push the bad cholesterol. So you try not to have any cholesterol. You don't want you to clog up your veins and shit. So that's about that with that. And if you need more knowledge on that, YouTube's packed with just put up D-ball, see what they talk about. Say Anavar, see what they talk about. Stacking, D-ball versus Anavar, Anadrol, Superdrol, Anadrol, Masteron versus Deca, Test versus Trend versus Anadrol, anything. What to stack with this, what to stack with that. And you can learn a whole bunch of shit. Some are just telling their own experiences, and that's if it's their own experience, it's how their body handles this shit. No, I trained 2 days ago. I don't train on the weekend. Oh, it's almost 3:30 here, fellas. I'm done with that. It's the weekend. I mowed today. I gotta have day. That's another thing. I don't have an apartment where I can call the maintenance man. I get a leak. I got this. I got that. These trees I got to trim a little bit, but I don't want to kill myself. I mean, we're talking trees that go way up there. I really need to hire those tree cutters, and a tree is $1,000, a couple $1,000. They're like my trees. I got a mow today. I had a mow acres with a riding mow. Takes a while. And trees were down from the storm, so I had to pick up limbs and shit. I only patched the hole in the shop from that storm tree, or that big oak tree. It's on here in the video. So she's going to go to Florida when the baby's born. My daughter's getting a baby. And on that week, hopefully it's hot out, because you got to have the shingles warm. And I'll pop it and repair that shit. Because I just put, tarps on it and things. So I got a lot to do. So on the weekends, I got to start doing the other shit. Unless it's a leak or something, I get right to it. Or electrical or switch or any of that shit. I don't hire nobody. I do fix it. When you're poor, you learn that way. So I ain't training right now. That's what I was telling about. You got to find out what's your sweet spot in rest and healing. You can't train every day. You know that. So what is it? Is it every other day? Once a week on that? You can train more than once a week, but I only do once a week on each exercise. I only do bench once a week. I try to do more because I love bench, and inevitably I screw up. I'm doing powerlifting, fellas. I got to use weight. I like the deadlift I was doing. I thought it was my PR, but it can't be now, which isn't nothing. It's 405. That's shit. But my bench is good, 330. So, but I did 315 for 4. That means a 350 bench. So I get the 315 up to 5, and then 2 sets of 5, and then I'm there. So anything with the deadlift, I'm doing sets of 405. So my deadlift's got to be around, I don't know, 420 now. I like to get up near 5. Are you not? That's another thing. They say you're losing strength and muscle as you get older. Who's saying that? They don't know me. I'm stronger than I've ever been. Oh, yeah. I'm stronger now than I've ever been. And I'm going for bigger PRs yearly. I plan to be stronger at 74 than I am now. So I don't know what they're talking about. If you get more sedentary as you get older, sitting around doing nothing, yeah, you're going to get weaker. If you're a guy who just plays video games, looks at porn all day, and you're 25, you're going to be weak as shit. Inactivity, you get blah. You got to push yourself. You got to have that thing in your head going. You got to have that alpha wolf shit going, You got to know how to grit your teeth and just do the shit. I don't know, focus or something, I don't know. I've always been something athletically. There have been times I haven't been athletically, like when I was a guitar player, musician. I would do that 3-4 hours a day. I got pretty good. But I had a big belly, smoking cigarettes, sedentary. So I wasn't really healthy. But I've been healthy most of my life and athletic, even as a child, you can bounce back. It's like, good luck, this guy woke the fuck up. Let's get back to what we like to do, Or my other thing was motorcycles. That's a lifestyle. That's what you do. Hopefully you just like chugging around, and you're not one of these squids going 200 miles an hour down the parkway like some friggin' lunatic. You know what happens if you hit something? You're in pieces. Your head's over here, your arm's over here. You want to die that way? A cheap thrill. This is the Uncle Charlie. Don't get on a bike. It's different now. They got these people on their cell phones. You're going to get T-boned, man. Ding. So that's it. All right, I got to go, fellas. What do we got? 3:30, I'm going to check out. Okay, is that all right, fellas? I'll try to make it every Saturday. Yeah, I forgot that when it's midnight here, it's only 9 in L.A., so maybe around 1 o'clock, between 1 and 2 I'll start. I'll have something better prepared. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. I mean, We were talking about Social Security, ramen noodles. Talk about anything you want. But yeah, keep up with the training. It has to be a lifestyle. I traded in the Iron Horse for an iron bar and iron plates. That's what I did. But get a book and write down everything. What do I got here? Oh, trend, 200. No, I didn't put that. No, I do no trend. No, but anyway, stay away from that shit. You don't need it. When it's time to need it, I'll let you know. So, hey, I'm still running, So, the proof's in the pudding. I'm still here. If I've been taking steroids all along, then the probability is I wouldn't still be here. It enlarges one of your heart valves. It's stressful. Now there are some stacks that it could keep you going to 90. But who's going to do that? Once you start doing this shit, sooner or later you're going to start doing trend, and you're going to be like the trend twins. I get a kick out of them, but they're in, what are they, 20? They look like they're 35, man. They're a pisser, though. But you see how he gets when he takes that trend. He's crazy, horny, nuts, fucking nuts, And he just had a bike wreck. He just had a bike wreck, didn't he? He's got all the money where he got himself a rice burner. Fucker does, what, 200 miles? I could ride good. I've done 140, 150. That was fast enough. Anyhow, God almighty. Anyhow, I was just testing my sports. I souped it up. Oh, you can get a sports to go that fast, but you gotta know what you're doing. I worked on an F-14 as a fighter aircraft. I think I can take its twin with a carburetor and do some tricks to it. You know what I mean? All right, fellas, I gotta go. Lift hard and heavy. I'll catch you next week. Hopefully, I'll put up some videos of me training. But I just want to do repeats of pulling the same shit I always pull. Anyhow, okay? Take care. Lift hard and heavy. And I'll catch you next week on Saturday. Around the same time. Because our times are different. So whatever time this is. Yeah. Okay? Let me see. I always forget how to turn this off. Take care, fellas.